Yeah, it could be a really young side tomorrow, couldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, of course, with the players kind of dropping out and the unavailability of others now, I think, yeah, I mean, obviously the boys who have come in will be looking to make some minutes perhaps, and you know, the other ones who might need some minutes from club, club games, then they'll be looking to come in as well. So, and then, you know, at the same time, it's kind of a warm up towards the next two games as well. So we'll see.
How much of a test do you think the next three games are going to be?
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty massive, I think, you know, in terms of the qualification. I think the 6 points available in the qualification games are huge. You know, in first of all, just to have, you know, as many as you can to push us towards the top of that table, and then on the other hand, to put pressures on the other teams who are in the group to perform as well.
James, obviously, we're well aware that you were picked to go to the Euros, and then ultimate heartbreak, had to pull out just a few days before. What happened, and how long did it take you to get over it? And did you watch it all?
Yeah, well, actually happened just during a training game on the last day that we were in Portugal. And I just felt a bit of tightness in my calf after that. And obviously then went to see the physios the day after when we arrived back in Wales. And from there, scans and got my diagnosis. So, yeah, it wasn't obviously easy to hear. And it was a pretty tough summer for me personally, you know, having to go through that rehab and instead of being obviously at the Euros with the boys. But at the same time, I managed to watch all the games and actually enjoy it as a fan and be able to support and enjoy the tournament from the outside.
You could enjoy it then?
I could. It wasn't so easy. The first game, especially, kind of, you know, actually sitting down and turning it on wasn't a great feeling. But once I got into the game, and then, you know, from that side of things, I was just turned into a pure fan and kind of forgot all about it.
And I suppose if anything drives someone on to get to a World Cup, having missed out like you did, it's got to be that, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge driving force now, obviously, for me. The World Cup in any case was obviously a dream, but yeah, it just gives you that little bit extra, having missed out on the Euros to really want to be there at the World Cup.
Yeah, and what did you make of Wales's performances in the Euros?
Yeah, I thought they were fantastic, to be honest. Especially the game against Turkey was kind of a real highlight for me. Just the way they played, and yeah, I was really proud to watch.
And without someone like Joe Roden now, unavailable, of course, I mean, does responsibility fall more on you? You're becoming one of the more experienced players now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Joe's a big loss. You know, I hope his recovery's going well. But yeah, like you say, he was a huge part of our qualifying campaign, a huge part of the Euros. You know, played really well. So big loss for us. Yeah, obviously other players are going to have to step up and take responsibility. But I think in the past we've done that so well. When we've been missing players, when we've had to change certain positions, I think everyone's come in and been able to kind of do a really good job for us. So in that sense, I'm not so worried because I know that everyone's, you know, willing to give their all.
James, all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rob.
Thanks, Rob. Lawrence Morrow.
Hiya, James. Yeah, I guess you and Chris Mepham sort of started off that European Championship qualifying together, didn't you, in Slovakia? You two have got a chance to sort of rebuild that relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, I mean, you know, me and Chris get along very well anyway, you know, on and off the pitch. And like you said, we both kind of started off that campaign in that first game against Slovakia. And I think we had a good understanding then on the pitch with each other. I think we enjoyed playing together. So yeah, that's something I look forward to playing with Chris.
Yeah, potentially you're going to be one of the senior men, certainly in age, on the pitch tomorrow. So what's that going to be like?
Don't make me feel old now. Come on.
It's all right. Watching them come through makes me feel really old, mate. So you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, a lot of young talent and enthusiasm coming through. But I think that also gives you that energy boost, you know, that comes from you know, a first call up or a first cap or even a second or third cap. There's always a lot of energy coming into the team, so I think that's going to be a positive.
Have any of them caught your eye?
I mean, tough to say. I haven't really been in training today or yes. Well, today, obviously, yes, a little bit. But yesterday I was off my feet because I had a game on the Sunday. So in that sense, I haven't really had too much of a chance. But over the summer, definitely when we were in Portugal, they all look very, very sharp, which is a really good thing to say because, you know, when they're all standing out, then yeah, that's a good thing.
I know Rob Page talks a little bit about the visa situation and what you guys had to do. Can you take us through kind of what you had to do in terms of making sure that you've got your visa in at the right time and everything sorted in that respect?
Yeah, I actually had to travel all the way to Berlin at 10 in the morning. I think I left at about 6 in the morning to get there. Then obviously at the consulate, get my visa done, get everything ready. There was also a lot of documents involved. I actually had to give quite a lot of information about myself simply just to get the visa. And so it was a good 4-day process at least, just to get everything ready, send everything to them, get the appointment, go to Berlin, which is 3.5 hour drive for me, get the visa, come all the way back. So that was a full day as well. So yeah, it was quite a stint.
So I guess you had to kind of get permission off your club to go and do that and time off training as well. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, luckily it fell on a day off for me. So we, you know, kind of organized it that way that I had a day off at the club and I could, you know, spend the whole day then getting that organized.
And what else was there involved? You said documents, passport, was it fingerprints and things like that as well?
Yeah, so biometric data, obviously documents in terms of salary, in terms of my contract at my club, in terms of my living situation. It was a lot of information.
It seems really bizarre, really bizarre.
It does, but you've got to do it because, you know, we want to go.
All right, great stuff. Well, listen, good luck over the next few days. Hope it goes well, James. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thanks, Lawrence. I don't see any hands up. Do we have any other questions for James? Beth Fisher?
Yeah, do you mind? Is that all right?
Yeah, go for it, Beth.
Sorry, my camera's not working, which is probably best the way I look today. Anyway, listen, I've seen what the FAW have had to do for you players. It's absolutely madness, and I know we don't want to kind of go on about it too much, but as professional players, you're used to kind of things chopping and changing. But how much is this kind of added on to an already hectic schedule?
I think, like you say, we're kind of used to it by now, especially since the pandemic. Everything's been a bit hectic anyway. So in that sense, I think everyone's quite used to it and not much changes in that sense. Obviously, it's quite frustrating for everyone involved, staff and players alike. But yeah, we've got to deal with it. And we know we've got 2 big games coming up. So that's, you know, what we need to focus on.
Well, let's talk about that because, you know, Wales haven't qualified for a World Cup for 60 odd years. Some of us on this call may remember that, some of us won't. But on a serious note, it's now Wales have been in 2 major tournaments. The bug's there, isn't it, from the players and the fans? So how do you guys feel? Because it's such a huge responsibility.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, in qualifying for 2 Euros tournaments kind of back to back, I think that gives the team great confidence that, you know, we have the quality and we can go and do it again and even for a World Cup. So I think that kind of excitement and that buzz really helps move the team forward. And obviously, even coming from all the fans and the whole country, that kind of push gives us a great edge, actually.
Amazing. Listen, good luck for it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Beth. And do we have any other questions?
Yeah, I've got one real quick, if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it, Megan.
It's more of a lighthearted one, just because Paige had said earlier that like the morale on camp was still pretty good, and I know it's probably been a little bit tough to try to keep up that morale. Is there anything specific that you guys are doing to try to make things a little bit more lighthearted and happy around camp?
I would have to say that we're quite a lighthearted and happy group as it stands. So I think it's pretty much a constant factor, actually, when you come away with Wales. And I think any new staff member and new player will completely agree that it's a very special atmosphere, especially this group. And so, yeah, to be honest, I think what Paige said is right. You know, we're a very upbeat group. We're always quite lighthearted, joking around with each other, having fun. But then at the same time, we can also knuckle down and get very serious when the time comes. So I think that's an amazing balance to have.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. Just wanted to know, and good luck for everything this week.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Megan. Any other questions? No, looks like we're all good. Thanks everyone. Speak to you all soon. Take care.